Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and I am here to give you a look at the new treasure chest that just delivered through the In-World group. It's the 15th of December, and the treasure chest, of course, is the only roleplay-oriented subscription box currently in Second Life. It uses an In-World group that you join for 1500 if you join before the 15th of the month, 3000 if you join after the reveal, like now, or if you were to watch this video and join after that, unless you want to join for next month, of course. And we're going to be taking a look at the HUD very shortly, but first I will just do a quick rundown of what I'm wearing as we're starting this video. And I've got on a brand new gown from the Muses, which is called the Eleanor gown, and it is available in 6 colors with the gold trim and 6 colors with the black trim. So that's like the belt and the cloak and all those details, and it's got some beautiful patterning. It's a lovely medieval fantasy style. Love the crispness of this cloak texture here and the mesh pattern there. Very beautiful. And with that, I've got on the cinnamon hair from Truth, which is available in this marketplace event that I think is organized by LL. And it's basically some creators putting up discounted items as part of this 12 days of savings event. The cinnamon hair is quite a new release from Truth, and it is still heavily discounted. So I got the variety pack at a really good deal. So that's definitely something to check out if you like Truth hair. I also saw that Deadwool had some male clothing, so there's something for the guys as well. My skin here is from Alaska Metro. It is the Kismet skin in Spice. And this beautiful build that I'm standing in here, which gets very misty if I zoom out, because of my wind light settings, is the Arcade Castle from Fnatic, which is definitely one of my favorite builds that I've picked up, and it has a pride of place on the sim in the middle. Very beautiful. And you also get seasonal options for the ground here, actually, so you are able to have it as the spring, summer green, a bit more of a autumny color, and then a winter with frost and snow. But that's it about excuse me, how this is set up for this video and where we're going to be resing items. And then I thought I would just pop on the HUD and quickly show that as well. And the treasure chest HUD is basically, there we go. You can click the pictures to get the individual items delivered, or you can click the middle to get all the loot. Rowanwood is actually not done with their official release yet. I think they said that it's coming tomorrow, and they have a little substitute present sort of as a sorry for the delay, so it'll be interesting to see what they have. And then once they get their official item out, I will do a post about that as well. But with that, I think we're gonna start diving in and seeing what we've got. We have some new designers this round, so it'll be interesting to see what they've got. Alright, so I have cheated a bit, as usual, and made myself a treasure chest folder. And we are going to start with Extraordinary. Their item is called the Oaken Staff. Now you will notice that I am alone for this video. I didn't bring Ran in, and it's because when I took a sneak peek at the HUD, it didn't look like there were that many male items. There are unisex items, but I didn't call him in for that, but maybe we'll do a photo together instead. So we'll see if this works with my pose. Yes, it does. I tend to use, just to go on a tangent, a pose for these videos because I don't really have an AO that works well with gowns. So, if somebody wants to make a not so fidgety or cutesy AO that works well with gowns, something that, your medieval lady AO, I would love that. I would buy that in an instant if it was well done. But I don't have one until now, so I'm using a pose. But fortunately, this staff overrides it so that you can see that it comes with a hold animation. And it's a beautifully crafted, modeled oak staff with a nice big jewel or pearl, and there's also a HUD with it. And the HUD offers you some options for the colors of the pearl stone. So I think we'll try a ruby to go with my gown color. And it has a nice little marbling pattern as well, as you can see. Very pretty. I've quite been enjoying the latest releases from Extraordinary. I showed their Elven Throne recently as well, and they really do beautiful texturing and beautiful modeling. So that is their item. And where are we? There's my folder, and the next up is the Valkyrie helm from Cubic Cherry. And we have a helm and a HUD, so let's see how that fits. Looks like we need to pull that forward a bit. Alright, so it is a helmet that, or a helm that covers your eyes, and then you have these horns coming out. It actually works quite well with the hair, all considered. And you have a HUD. And let me see, we can go to a gold metal, maybe go to black for the studs, and then do gold on the horns. Nice metal texturing, I think. Here you can see some really cool detailing on the horns up close. Definitely a very fantasy item, you know. Vikings did not have horned helmets, and a helmet that covers your eyes wouldn't be that practical, but as a priestess warrior perhaps, who doesn't need her sight and trusts to the gods to show her the way. That is Cubic Cherry. I think they are new for this round, actually, unless I misremember. And it's a brand that I'm fairly unfamiliar with. I didn't know they did fantasy items, but this is pretty cool, I think. And that, of course, I think it could be unisex, more or less. Maybe it's a little feminine design, but I think it should more or less fit on a guy, unless the nose is a problem area, as it can be. The next item up is from Storybook, and it is called Beloved. Actually, see, it says wear me, so I suppose I will obey it, and it delivers from a HUD, I see. I will just click that, and oh, I see, it is a top, and it says Maitreya. Now this is a little bit of a problem for me, because I don't actually have a Maitreya body. I use Slink exclusively, either the original or the Hourglass, because that's just my preference. But we'll see how it works. Tops can definitely be a little fidgety between the bodies. Now, I will put that on over the dress so as to not shock anyone, and then I will take off the dress and I will get my arms back into play. And as you can see, there is a problem area on the stomach, and that is a common problem area for, that's an area where Maitreya and Slink bodies differ quite a bit. And one of the reasons that I prefer the Slink body, so it's a bit of a dilemma, but we'll see what we can do with the belly settings here. They're halfway up, oops, but not quite, as you can see, and it has quite a low cut, so if it hadn't been quite so deep it would have worked, but as it is now, you can actually work this out. However, I will show you some of the options for this HUD, for this top anyway. So what you have is a choice between belts with either brown or black leather, and then gold or silver buckle. This looks like a brown with a gold buckle, so I will switch to the black and silver. And then you have options for the top itself, and I will go with a red. And of course we're being a bit slow when I need it to not be. It's as you can see, there are others as well where I would have to turn on more But since the front is being a problem, that does make it very tricksy. Otherwise, I really like the cut at front. It's and I do like how it works with these leggings from Slink that I decided to wear under my dress, because you never know when you need to try something on like that, and better be prepared. But that is definitely going to look very nice on those of you who have a Maitreya body, which of course is the majority. So I do understand why creators just make Maitreya, but you know, still a bit sad. Anyway, that is Beloved, and I hope you get a sense of the item anyway. Sorry, Storybook and their Beloved top, and I hope you get a sense of how it looks anyway, even though the fit is a little off because I have the wrong body. So now I will just have to get myself back into the dress so that I'm not shocking anyone. And there we go, and then the top goes off. There we are, back to normal. And then I will find my way back to my little folder of treasure chest items, and then we have horned helmets for treasure chest. It seems that the theme for this round is horned helmets. I'm actually not sure who this item is by. Let me see if the properties will reveal this. No, they won't. Ah, well, here. Okay. It is the Half Moon Dark something. I will simply have to add that to the post accompanying the video. Unless I can figure it out. Actually, maybe I will take just a moment here and put on the hood again and see if I can figure it out from there. If I click it, of course, I will still not get a name for it. So that, I'll have to say, is something that this creator should work on. You don't want items that are, you know, if you want to promote your brand, you really need your name out there. But anyway, we are going to try the item and see what it looks like. So we're going to start with the Horned Helmet 1. Well, here in this case, the helmet itself appears to be hidden under my hair, so I suppose I will have to detach that. And then it is resizable, so we will up the size a bit. There we go. And that is actually quite an interesting take on the horned helmet, because you have kind of ram's horns instead of your standard upright horns. That's a pretty cool look. And it is Horned Helmet 1 Dark, so I'm going to detach that, and I'm going to give you a look at number 2 Light. And again, we will need to size that up a bit. There's enough with one sizing. And here you have some sort of antelope horns kind of spiraling back from the helmet. And it's got some really nice metal detailing here. I wonder if that is like a bump map or something to get that effect. That's really nicely done. And you could definitely incorporate this into a warrior outfit, and because it is resizable, it should work fine for both male and female avatars. So that's quite a cool one, but I definitely need to find out who actually made it and get that into the video. So I've got my hair back on and I'm ready for the next item, and that seems to be Eudora 3 Steam Set. As I recall from seeing, I think we had another item from Eudora, steampunk aesthetics are something that they do fairly regularly. And we'll see what the set looks like. And we have a very fancy top hat and a monocle that also looks quite fancy and detailed. And this, of course, also would be something that you could probably wear on a male avatar. Might take a little fitting, of course. Gonna see here. Doesn't play entirely nice with the hair. Hats do have a tendency not to do that. I can see if sizing it up a little bit might be... I'm not going to bother with this. Or well, if I do the stretch twice and just... No, I think I will just ditch the hair again. There, because you can see that it actually fits the head very nicely at the original size. And it has kind of a alligator crocodile leather sort of thing, or a cracked leather. The eyepiece is very fancy. That one definitely could use a bit of a stretch, so we'll see about... There we go. There, it fits around the head. Doesn't look terribly comfortable, but this has a really nice steampunk aesthetic. Just clicking a little here and there to see if there were any features to it. Actually, I should check the ad again and see what it says. I'm just interested in loading. It is a non-rigged 5 colors materials enabled, and no, I might not have the best lighting, but you can definitely see the play of light on the materials. Very beautiful, very intricate. So I will ditch that, and I think I'll get myself back into the cinnamon hair, and then I will put together a look from pieces, probably. And then we go back to the treasure chest again, and we have another headpiece. This does seem to be a bit of a thing with headpieces. They are obviously easier to make because you don't have to worry about the rigging. So there is that aspect. This one comes from Ursh, which is not a brand I am familiar with, and it is called the Brumal headpiece. And we get an image. And it looks like it's something festive and a bit Christmassy. So that should actually work with the hair, I hope. That is quite nice. Very, very organic again. I could fit that maybe with the oaken staff, for example. And here you have a hood again. So you have it nicely detailed, that you can go with silver, black, or 2 gold options for the base. So I'm going to try the gold 2. And then you have various options for the stones, and I'm not sure if these go together like this. Okay, they're smaller and larger. Okay, so you can combine them up like that. Okay, some of them will go together and change. Oh, I see. Clicking one of them actually changes both, so you get various preset combinations. I'll try not to be too clever there. So you can just see me flipping through some of these combinations. That explains why that one was doing it like that. And that, I think, is a lovely Christmassy look. So you're a Christmas fairy or Christmas elf. And the way, it's a very pretty piece of jewelry, and I'll definitely have to check out what Ursh has other than this. Get that off, back to our folder, and then we have something that doesn't sound like a wearable. Twitchy buns from Unrepentant, unless it's the other kind of buns, but not sure why they would be twitching then. Okay, some items are no copy. Oh, the the actual image. And we have animated bunnies with and without butterfly wings. Okay, we'll give you a look at some of those. We will rest out a chocolate bun and a snow monarch bun and a snow morpho bun. And then I will zoom into these little fellas. And they are a bit on the stylized side. They're definitely fantasy buns. I think there's a bit of a lion feel to these with the mane and everything. Their noses are twitching, and as everyone knows, bunnies are really suspicious because of their twitchy little noses. And you know, why do they need such good eyesight for anyway? Yes, I have been watching entirely too much Once More with Feeling and Buffy over the years. Well, that's nothing to blame these poor bunnies for. So these are cute. I don't think that they are quite coming off in the best light of colors, the snow ones, in the slightly grey lighting that I have. But you can see the shape of them and the animations, and get a good idea of what they're like. The little bunnies. So away goes the bunny parade from Unrepentant. Eventually, at least. One of the bunnies did not want to depart. There it goes. And then we go on to the next item, which is the Sorry package from Rowanwood. So I'm curious because I do like Rowanwood products, and I think we have we have a lovely little tree planter. Basically, whoops, and there it went completely wild on me. I'll just do that to get back in. So you have a beautiful little box with some trees in. And I'm not going to try and open the castle because that's a bad idea. At least I would imagine that is... Oh no, that's actually just the packaging. So we have this little apology for being late, and we'll see what else is being said. So there's a couple of presents in here, and it will be available a little over the deadline. Okay, so then we have a little extra thing to wait for. And in the meantime, we have coffee and donuts and a holiday candelabra. And the holiday candelabra needs it unpacking as well. And get rid of the box. So here you have these beautiful candlesticks with ribbons on for the holidays. I will just press one of these out, and then I will turn around the little coffee and donuts tray. So there you have it. Actually, these are also turned the wrong way. Very festive, I think, and who doesn't want a little coffee and donuts tray in a nice sort of medieval style with the mugs and everything? Perfect for the holidays. So that's a very nice little extra present from Rowanwood as we wait for the official item. And then we dive back into the box and we find an item from Decoy, the Kaito hair. So we will see about that one. Let's just put it on and see if it actually takes off my existing hair, if it's been touched to the right point, or the same point rather. Yes, it did. And we have some nice curls, and it's currently a little on the blue side for me, but we have a dye book, the mega pack with color trends. So we shall see what color we want. I think we will dive into the black and white section. Wait for things to load, and we'll pick this here, I think. There we go. I'll give you a look at the hair. So it's kind of got these stylized curls, a bit swept up on the side like that. It's quite cute. And then we have the Kaito Frostbite goggles. I see, those go on top of your hair. So here you have a combination that also has a bit of a steampunk feel, I guess, with these goggles and the metal detailing and the frosted glass. Very nice. Very nice touch there. Oops, and there's a bit up close and personal. So that is the set from Decoy. And I think I'll keep the... Alright, so the next item is the Culprit Reindeer Carousel. Well, that doesn't sound like a wearable, at least. In fact, I'm pretty sure it isn't, because I do know that Culprit makes these various animal carousels. I have a few of the horse and unicorn ones, and I would imagine that yes, this has reindeers on it, and it has these red-nosed little reindeers, so I guess it is a Rudolph carousel. And these carousels are rideable, so you hop on. Obviously a dress is perhaps not ideal for riding a carousel, but I'm going to try and give you a good look at it anyway, like this. And here you have the pose options. Oh, I am looking angry. It is the sulk pose, I see. Apparently I'm not having a very good time at this fairground or wherever. It's probably a Christmas fair where you can ride the reindeer. So you have various options. You could have had a wild evening, so you just passed out on the reindeer. Or maybe you want to go for a wild gallop on the reindeer, making it go faster and faster. Obviously you have the usual adjustments for your position if you're not quite fitting the reindeer, and that is a pretty cool prop. I kind of like these for various photo shoots and such, and you know, it would be great to have it at a Christmas fairground or something like that. It's very cute, and something of a speciality of Culprits to have these carousels. And I've ended up with my back to you and out of my pose, so I will just go ahead and adjust that before we go on to the next item, and that would be the Corinna boots from Belle Epoque. Belle Epoque, sorry, my pronunciation is absolute shit sometimes. Now let's see how we best show these. I think I will I will put back on the top from Storybook, just to cover myself up, so that I can take off the dress and put back my arms and my legs, and then take off these Bernadotte boots from Aceton Ennui, and I will put on the Belle Epoque Corinna boots in black. And we'll see, it doesn't actually have a foot shaper, and I think my hover height was for the other boot. No, I don't want to edit my shape. I want to edit my hover height a bit. I had to pull it down, so There we go. Getting out of the ground. Now let's see what the instructions are. These are also Maitreya, however, boots I'm thinking should be a little easier to get to play along by simply doing that. Excellent. And it works in, well, it doesn't quite work in the back. So I'll have to go a little higher up. And then it doesn't quite fit back there. Oh well. We will just show them from the front and pretend that the back is fitting. Definitely having a bit of a Maitreya slink issue today. But they are available in black and gold. Let that load in before I change. And in silver. So that's a nice sort of fantasy-ish armor boot that I do think is a bit narrow at the bottom for my personal preferences, but I like the detailing. The metal, maybe I would have liked to see a bit more ruggedness to it for a boot. But again, it has some interesting shapes and such, which I think it's always nice to see a variety in that, because, you know, otherwise a boot can sometimes be just very similar in style. But that's it for the Belly Pock Carena boots. So we're on the home stretch now with just a few items to go. And next up we have the dice tray and table set from Anachron. Anachron does make some very nice clothing for both male and female avatars, actually. But here they have opted for an item. And I don't actually have a table out, so I think I will just have to rest this on the ground and see what that looks like. And we have a, zoom in and make sure you get a good look at it. So what we have here is this dicing tray, and it has a wax tablet, and it seems to be a actual game. Let's have a look at the instructions here. Basically, you can script your own, or rather, there is no pre-scripted game, but the dicing is scripted, and then you can use whichever rules you want with that. And I'm thinking that the tablet is also, yes, it's also scripted so that you can have a tally on it. So I am going to do a roll, and it tells me what my roll is, and then I'm gonna reset it, and I'm gonna do a hidden roll. And then I get a message down here, but my roll isn't revealed until I do that. Very nice. And then we have this wax tablet. And then I add a +1. And it just scratches in a 1 like that. And I think it said you could also do a, let me see, enter a name for the left side tally. Left side name set to Freya. Okay, let's see how that works. Okay, it doesn't actually write the name down. Of course, that would be too much variation, but you can do these, and then you can wipe it. So basically, you have your little game for role-playing, and you can use it for any sort of dicing game that you want. That's actually quite a nifty little feature. And using the textures on the tablet for keeping score and doing so in a sort of in-game roleplay setting. So that's actually a really cool roleplay accessory and perfect, I think, for the theme of the treasure chest. And after that, we have Suzu Ain, the Dragon Wing Climber Earrings. Touch to unpack. Okay. And we have a left and right, and yay, this hair actually does show earrings, I think. Otherwise, I will have to take off the hair to give you a better look at that. It does seem like that will be necessary. I see, yes, because these are quite far back, and they are basically a sort of wing-shaped piece that sits on the outside of following the shape of your ear, and it has a HUD as well. Move myself a little to the side so that you can see when I change things. You've got your metal colors down here. So this is silver currently, and I'll make it a rose gold. And then you have options for the larger gems. These are currently red, so I shall pick this green, I think. And then maybe this goldy brown color for the smaller pieces. As you can see, you can also resize the earrings if you want to do that, and I think with the shape of them they would probably fit pointed ears as well, at least smaller ones. So those are quite pretty. A nice little accessory, and here you can see, I think probably moving them inwards a little bit wouldn't be bad, although I keep selecting things that I shouldn't select. So. There we go, we have the wing shape following a bit more the shape of the ear, and that's actually quite attractive, I think. Very delicate, very elegant. And I think I will leave it like that when I go on to the last piece, which is Adonis and the constellation eyes. See what we've got here, and these are, by the look of it, available as either system eyes, or you have these mesh eyes. So I'm going to replace my current mesh eyes like that, and then there is a HUD, and through the HUD you can control, I am guessing, the eyes and the colors of them. So you have your options for left and right, and you have a blue, a green, a purplish, and yellow, red. I think we're gonna go with these beautiful purple ones. And then I'm gonna zoom in to give you a closer look at that. And aren't those beautiful? Now, the only thing I would say that I'm missing here is a way to resize them. I think they're really pretty. That's a really cool fantasy eye, but a little larger than I prefer my eyes. Let me just make sure that there is nothing in the info about it. Obviously you can wear two different colored eyes or eyes with the same color. They don't seem to be resizable. It's possible that they are modified if you rest them out and resize. I'm not going to mess with that right now because it'll probably be a real mess while I'm doing that on the video. But they're certainly very pretty, and you've got them as regular or full bright if you want them to show up a little more in dark situations. So there you have it. That is the treasure chest for December 2016, save for the original item from Rowanwood. I'm just going to do a double check to make sure that I am not forgetting anything, as I've had a habit of sometimes doing. No, I have definitely gone through all the pieces. It's maybe a little heavy on head wearables. I'm gonna say I do understand why, because as you saw, the two body wearables, I ran into problems with not having the right body, so it is a dilemma for creators. I like the fact that there are props and other roleplay accessories included as well. That's one of the things I really like about the treasure chest, is that it is a mix of items, that it can be just, they can be wearables or decor or props and things like that. Whereas with all the other subscription boxes, it tends to slant fairly heavily towards one type of items. Not too much for the guys this time around. There are some unisex items, however. But again, that is a problem, because as I understand why the creators have a problem there, because if you slant it too heavily male, you might lose female customers, and having the time to do, or coming up with items that can be done in both male and female fits, is not always that easy for wearables. So again, then or for clothing wearables at least, then the accessories become an easier option. But it is a nice collection, I think, and it's always nice to see some variety in the names each time, so I do hope that the treasure chest keeps that up, keeps rotating creators and giving us little surprises each month.